Right. Tonight is an introduction to sacred body language translation. Oh yeah, I got it. Now I can see you all differently. Um, my name is Robert Tennyson Stevens, or Robert has his tennies on Stevens, or Bob. Everybody just calls me Bob. And I'm in love with transformation. I love the way the universe teaches me how to be alert, be aware, and to notice what's going on. And tonight is a night to demonstrate some of that with you. And so I've written a couple things down which I really like. Sacred body language, first of all, conscious language, imagination activation, outcome facilitation, sacred body language translation, biooptic holography. It's a form of iridology, sclerology, and thought, only it's way beyond all that in my experience. Outcome facilitation, outcome mapping, life upgrade coaching. These are all technologies that I steward, I'll put it that way. They found me, I'll put it that way, and I've been at it for 52 years. And what I'm going to share tonight relieves a whole bunch of stuff. So I wrote down something specific to help you understand. So sacred body language translation dramatically upgrades our understanding and communication within ourselves and of ourselves, our family, our relationships, and our careers. So communication is everything. Verbal is, they say 10% of our communication. Nonverbal, including tone, they say, whoever they are, is 90% of our communication. So tonight is really about increasing our understanding, partnership, love, appreciation of what our inner core, maybe other than conscious so far self, has got to say, and also what other people's feeling world, other than conscious, is saying, and to be able to understand people and help people communicate with each other, even if, we don't use this with someone, you'd be able to understand. Even babies, this is still exactly the same language that every child at every age uses. And so how many were parents wishing you knew what was going on with your kid? Well, to have this, you'll know a lot more. It's really, really beautiful. So hold on, we have 141 tonight so far. All right, so also sacred body language translation can free, and this is really a lot of what tonight is about, can free trapped feelings and resolve inaction and suppression into action and expression. So how many of you have ever noticed that there's some emotional coefficient to our health and our well-being and patterns? And again, if you can be on video, then I can see you all wave your hand or go yay or nay or all that. So those that are here, thank you so much. And those that are coming on, thank you for coming on. And anyway, we have 43 with us now, and I think we can get way more than that. So if you can be visible, please do. And thank you all. Good. And everyone wave to each other. Say hi, everyone. How you doing? All right. So a little history. When a woman was in a class, one of the ways I found this out, a woman was in a class I was teaching. I was on a riser. The room was a semicircle, about 60 people, 65 people. This woman was in the back row, back quarter, and she was talking. I coach, I facilitate, we use language, we get memories, all that kind of stuff. And as she was speaking, I can see everybody. Most people couldn't see her. Anybody in her row maybe, but that was about it. And as she was talking about, she was challenged by the way her mother saw her. And she just happened to touch her left cheek. That I maybe wouldn't have noticed it at all, because it's just a normal thing going on, except that about 60% of the people in the room, most of who could not see her, touched their left cheek at the same time. And literally, it was like the Matrix. If you've seen the Matrix, I began to go, okay, something's going on. This is long before the Matrix, I'll put it that way. So, and then another thing I was teaching, and back then I called it Iridology and Thought in Denver, Colorado. I was in a theater. We had a big screen, 35 millimeter projector for the screen. And I had slides, and I had my little light and my little legend of what slides are coming up. And I hadn't even, nobody could see, nobody's even close enough to read what was on my sheet of paper. and I'm about ready to go from whatever the slides were before. And I had thousands of slides, I still do. And I went to read, and I was going to show where the esophagus was by real live pictures, this esophagus, that. And I hadn't gone there yet. Most likely you're all loading up on this right now. That's usually what happens. But before I even change my slide, the room goes, and those two things had me realize that we are all one. And when the woman touched her left cheek and so many other people touched their left cheek at the same time, I started to take classes as I shared classes. And I started to discover miracle upon miracle. I mean, like when I discovered that, let's say that somebody calls, and this happened a lot for me. It's not, I don't like that it happened, but it did. I like my answers, but I would be reading somebody's eyes. This is back in Kalamazoo, Michigan. And I hear bang, bang, bang. Nobody ever knocks on my door when I'm doing a session. Bob, there's an emergency call. So I come right out. And it was the wife of a gentleman that I worked with, both of them. And she goes, we're in the hospital. All right, so what's going on? And she starts to tell me a medical name. I said, don't tell me that. Don't tell me, just tell me the symptom. And so she explains the symptom. And so she's in the, this is when we had clay tablets and smoke. This is a long time ago. I'll put it that way. And so she tells me what's going on, and I choose to remember what it was, but I said, well, ask your husband this question. So she asks her husband, and he starts crying, and she goes, oh, I'll call you back, call you back. And so I don't hear any more. And then the next day I get another call, and he had 24 hours to live. So I get a call 24 hours later, less than that, maybe half a day later. And they're in another room, and they now think that he's got, I said, don't tell me the name, just what's the symptom? And so she explains a physiological symptom without giving it a name, which I recommend we don't name this stuff, if possible, and don't claim it. I have a XYZ disease, and the word disease actually means unease. Anyway, I'm about, let's change all this. So anyway, she says what the symptom or signal is, better word sometimes. And so I said, well, ask him this question. And he starts crying again. Don't hear anything for 48 hours. So finally she calls, I forgot to call you. We're back on vacation. Everything's fine. And I'm like, well, yeah, it would have been nice to know. I've been praying and, hoping and wishing and thinking. And anyway, that has been always what works for me. The system is amazing. I'm going to demonstrate it tonight. And what's required for me to do this is, again, one of my requests are, if you're visual, which you're all doing great, just be as, stable, quiet, present as you can, instead of, walking around and, going to the bathroom and letting us see what's in the toilet. Don't do any of that. Okay. Forgive me, I'm whacked. And then also, if you can be visible, it's really helpful for all of us to see what's going on. So let's take a moment, those that if you can read a name, and if somebody's here, if you can see them, when I demonstrate this is not a request, it is a request, but it's also bigger than a request. This is what we're doing. It's called Sacred Body Language Translation, Sacred Body Language Translation. So I'll explain that if we have, let's say, a physiological thing going on that somebody might call a symptom or whatever, most likely our heart, our spirit, our creator, our God, all the names that you would use for that, and I mean that, it has to be your way, will have given us at least a whole bunch of, hey, change this, do this, and we didn't do it if we have a symptom or signal. And the louder it screams, the more important it is. So as I demonstrate this tonight, what's imperative is, please, for your benefit and also the benefit of everybody that goes, my benefit, all of us, is stay fully present and vote victory. And what I mean by that is be a presence here, like vote victory versus just, oh, nice. Oh, I wonder if that could, no, don't do that if possible. I'm asking you to do something like, and the way I do it, you do it your way, is I first vote my own victory. The way I do it is I am my own permanent victory in the light. So please say that. I am my own permanent victory in the light. Let that become a charge now. Say it again. I am my own permanent victory in the light. And then who's ever up vote their victory. And the way I do it is, I am your permanent victory in the light. Now, this tends to be acceptable by everybody. It's a, you can vote my victory all day long. How many like that? How many get, that's something you would accept? I'm not asking you to go down a particular spiritual path or to change your nutritional my way, or well, I'm not doing any of that. I am your permanent victory in the light. Most people go, I say, yes, I'll be having some of that, Jen A. All right, so vote victory, see perfection is really important. Stay present. Now, how many of you have done sacred body language with me before? So have you noticed and felt things while I was coaching someone else? Yeah, it's like, geez, it's like, how many of you are going, oh, wow, wonder what, oh, when I was, anyway, so do your best to stay present when you do this. Everybody clear on that? It's just love, touch, breathe, stay, feel. Clear? I love, try it. I love, I touch, I breathe, I stay, I feel. And that will help you move through, and then vote victory. And another thing about voting victory is, if somebody's got something going on, and I might have my own thing going on, or in relationship, and if I can just be clean enough, selfless enough, whatever, gifting enough, tithing enough, that I bless them somehow, I will receive always a tenfold return for the gift I'm giving. And it's been said, and I believe it's true, when we encourage someone, we keep 60% of whatever we send out. And by the law of the tithe, it returns minimum to us tenfold. What I've discovered is the return of the blessing, 10, 100, or 1,000-fold. Go read it, Deuteronomy. It always happens instantly. And that's one of the reasons why I find in the past, many of us have not been voting victory, because we'll get an overwhelming feeling of a blessing, our blessing returning to us out loud in public. And how many love crying in public? One. How many of the rest are going, not so much? All right, so me neither. And yet I'll do it anyway. And that's what you'll see is every trapped pattern that somebody's got going on, once it begins to move, feeling also begins to move. If the feeling, their feeling doesn't move, it didn't move. So do you get a sense? That's how sacred and secure, safe we get to be with each other. So how many make an agreement to vote victory? If so, raise your hands. Or you can also click yes on your screen if you're not visible to us. Good. How many make an agreement to be your own, from this moment forward, your own permanent victory in the light? If so, raise your hand. Cool. I now pronounce you victory of light. All right, so so a couple of things about the way this works. So there's a condition, whatever, called a static state, which means non-moving. And then that, like, well, something hurts, like my hip hurts, cancer clear, my elbow or whatever. Notice it's not moving. It's just, that's trapped. What I've learned is, if we treat the signal or symptom without adjusting the cause, usually that thing just runs around because we didn't shift the cause or causation. So what I've learned, I mean, what's really, really valuable for me is this thing gets right to cause. So remember, whatever the signal or symptom is, in no way directly defines cause, unless you know how to translate it. How many realize, oh, this could be helpful? How many of you have had all kinds of things that have happened that if you could have just sat down and gone, oh, that part of my body, okay, got something going on, okay, ask a question, oh, yeah, okay. When did this start? 2 years ago. What was going on 2 years ago about that topic? Well, I tell you a lot. All of a sudden you realize, oh, in other words, our spirit is going to have us carry the pattern until it meets love. What? Our spirit, our creator, our God, our subconscious, all that stuff is going to stick the pattern to us until we touch it with love. Does that help? Now, most people, you go out there and you get this done or that done. This is not modality specific. This is whatever your modality that you believe in or be alive in. This is to add to it. This is not the dogmatic where, ooh, leave that alone and come do this. No, add this. Clear? And once you get into it, it's profound. So static state, when the right exact question is asked, even if we ask ourselves, if we're right on, and the person is able to love, touch, breathe, stay, feel, to remember, to engage, the static or non-moving pattern begins to move. And that's what a lot of the body language of what we're doing while we're sitting here is all about. Because once somebody goes, that might go, sounds to me, or this is I can, or I will, left side I can, of the nose, right side I will. I mean, there's all kinds of signals, and that's why the chart is really helpful. And my goal is to be able to see you all clearly, so that's why I'm going to leave it off for the moment. In fact, I'm going to see if I can. Cool. Oh, wow. You are now so much bigger. Thank you so much for getting bigger in my life. It's awesome. All right. So there's a thing also besides a static and then a dynamic state. The dynamic means it's starting to move. How many like somebody might have a pattern for 10 years? And if we ask a question, you'll learn how to ask it. We have coaches on here who have a special, they're one of the things that they're offering right now, our in-house coaches, is a special. Once a question is asked, things begin to move. How many like it when something goes, yes and no? How many have trapped it so it wouldn't move? How many have gone, no, I'd rather not deal with that today, thank you very much, nor any time in my life, don't ask me. And yet our body will eventually go, you better handle this right now. Hello, get her done, son. Let's get her done. Yes, I'm going to get that. So how many would rather partner with yourself versus suppress yourself? I'll wait till we have more voting to do. How many would rather partner with yourself than, oh, thank you very much. I'm making sure we got hands moving, yes. So this is about partnering, yes, harmonizing versus suppressing. All right, so once it begins to move, the tendency, I'm not going to say you or me, but just our natural human tendency is to get, as an example, away from pain. How many can relate to that? How many of you, to get rid of something? Well, that's not the door to go through. And what we're going to do is we're going to move through the door and find what the energy returns changes into. We're going to find out what that energy turns into. Now, to do that, we are all present while I demonstrate this. How many believe if you are holding back, you could influence the person? So vote victory, yes or no? Do the best you can. Love, if somebody goes, well, how do I do that? Just love. Just stay fully present and love. Love always wins. Everyone say, my love wins.
My love wins.
Good, and who's ever got their mic on, you can turn it on. Wilhelmina, I'm going to turn your mic off here because I thought God was speaking to me. I have big speakers and God's a female. I didn't, oh, okay, got it. Where's Wilhelmina so I can say hey to you? Maybe she's not on visual right now. Anyway, so thank you, but it was awesome. And my whole office was like, okay. I had a nice electric charge on that one. From the Wilhelmina of God. Okay, so now as we move upscale, everybody, this is what's potentially going to happen. We vote victory. We stay present while somebody's moving through or we're moving through. Vote your own victory. Something happens for us, the victory voter. Truly, as we vote victory, see perfection, stay present, love, encourage, see through to their victory, give ourselves our victory. Frequently what happens is we start getting ours by a factor of 10 or 100 or 1,000-fold. So how many make an agreement to let yourself blossom while even somebody else is going? Yes, so raise your hand if that's true. Cool, thank you, awesome. Me as well. Okay, so the next one is, next rule of the game is, everything we share tonight is sacred, so it's private. You don't share it with anybody else. How's that? Next, you do not have to name a person's name. You can just say person X if a person's involved. We don't have to know everything about your life. We just get to know your thought, word, and feeling patterns. Clear? And the tendency is going to be to improve versus complete transformation. I'm going to say it again. I started a minute ago. The tendency is to improve versus a complete transformation. Sacred body language translation is capable of watching you reboot a complete transformation. And this is ultimately no opinion, just asking you questions according to the signals you're giving. So a complete transformation means we are made new, where the old pattern, belief, feeling, judgment, condemnation, criticism doesn't exist, and our new self replaces our old self. So being completely secure is essential sitting here. So just, make an agreement. I'm completely secure. Make an agreement, only love touches me. Make an agreement, only love comes through me. Make an agreement that anybody that goes, that we are all voting your victory, and I'm voting your victory. Anybody else going to vote whoever goes? How many of you are going to vote victory? No matter what, I'll raise my hand on that. All right, so now you've got a team of people voting victory. That next thing is, you please do not give the name of a disease. Why? Because that's somebody else's. You have to be licensed to do that. All I require is your physiological symptoms. So I'll give you another example. Somebody might say, well, my T cells or my platelets are low. Do you think a 3-year-old would know that their platelets are low? Or their hematocrit level is at a -71? I'm gonna get that. Or do you get it? So just your signal, your symptom, but I like signal better than symptom, because symptom denotes disease. And I like signal. And again, remember, disease is a man-made word. It means dis-ease or unease. How many like, oh, I'm going to go to the doctor for some unease? How many know there might be a better place to go? I mean, I'm not saying don't go to a doctor or don't get the best support you can. Please do that. Only go for ease. Go for ease, yes or no? Find somebody that's focused on ease versus, oh, you don't need that. And I don't think you need that either. We don't even know what this does in your body, so maybe we can get rid of that. I like original equipment. How many like original equipment? I mean, come on now. We're classics. Let's make sure we got original equipment. And the body will regenerate itself. This is one of the challenges of what we're doing here, is the body will frequently regenerate itself. All right, so vote victory, see perfection. So what's going to happen is it's self-selection. And one other request is, if you had something, let's say for 38 years, do you get that potentially that pattern is a bit entrenched for an evening of demonstration? Yes or no? Can you imagine 38 years of your heart, your spirit, your intuition, your subconscious going, change this, and you're going, no, not ever, I won't, no. So my preference, if possible, is to pick something way more current. I mean, like something that's up, yeah, it's up as it needs to be, yes, and yet not necessarily, well, everyone in our lineage back to the time of Adam and Eve have had this pattern. Okay, I mean, maybe that'd be easier than 38 years, I choose to know, and yet make it current. So who's ever first, mic yourself, make sure you're on video, and who's first? And then wave at me so I can find you on my big screen here. All right, so Robin.
Yes.
Go ahead, dear. So what's your signal?
My lower back.
Oh, you're going to have to speak a lot louder. You're real quick.
My lower back and my stomach.
You have a lower back in your stomach, or is there actually a signal there?
There's a signal there.
Wait, hold on. Let's see your whole face. Yeah, drop it a little, drop the screen. There you go. Good job. I love when people go, my low back. Yes. So what's the signal? Voter victory, kids. This is where you start. So what's your signal in your low back? You're good. What's your signal?
Hurts.
So those words, it hurts. Now what I'm going to do is show you a miracle. So right or left side, dear?
More on the left.
All right. So have you ever felt fully supported as a female being?
No.
And is your heart asking you to feel fully supported?
Yes.
And have you given up even hope that you could get fully supported?
Yes.
How many saw that was, honey, I'm voting your victory. If I play with you some, it's just, how many saw the left guy going, I don't think I could ever see that. How many saw it? All right. So, and then the hand right here, this temple area is new choice. Covering the eye, visual, all what I've seen, but her hands are going, new choice, new choice, new choice. So is it time to let yourself be fully supported?
Yes.
By person X? You don't have to say who it is, but yes?
Lots of people.
Oh, good. I love it. I got it. And what would happen? What happens now that you're fully supported? Keep voting victory, everybody. With permission, Angel, I apologize. What everyone's faced at this level is having to let go of the issue and begin to turn and look at our greatest weakness should be our greatest strength. So now, do you notice I asked her, what's your strength returning? So what's your life like now that you're fully supported? First words, just trust it.
I'm not sure.
Who would know? Who could we call? It's standard for me. Go ahead. Just say, I am not sure. Say it.
I am not sure.
Now, that's called a reverse negative decree. Not wrong, just negative. Yes? So now say, I choose to know.
I choose to know.
And notice she went right to her chin, that lower jaw's feeling, and then she went right to her heart. She went right here. So she first felt, and then she dropped right to her heart. Feel, lower jaw, touch your lower jaw, everybody, just so I can see that you get this. This lower jaw's feeling, upper jaw's thinking. So she went to feeling, and then her right hand dropped right to her heart. Got it? How cool is that? So what's it like now that you feel fully supported? Pick a word.
I don't know.
Now say, I choose to know. You're doing great. Voter victory, everybody. Say, I choose to know.
I choose to know.
Say it again. I choose to know.
I choose to know.
And what's your name for your God? For a creator, what's your name for your creator?
Jesus.
So just say,
Jesus.
Jesus in me knows.
Jesus in me knows.
Say it again.
Jesus in me knows.
Yep. And I can know all things through Jesus Christ in me who strengthens me. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. So now instead of sorting by your little self,
Yes.
Are you beginning to sort by your Christ self?
Yes.
And everyone, it's a little like this. It's like the old is well known. Oh, I got pain, I'm on back. But that's about your great self, your God self, isn't going to let you get away with that anymore. It's time for you to do what? Claim support. Yes or no?
Yes.
Say it. I
Yes.
claim my support.
I claim my support.
I choose support.
I choose support.
Yeah. I love being supported.
I love being supported.
Yeah. And then what was the other body signal?
My stomach has been upset.
For how long?
A week.
All right. So a week ago, did you, and again, this stomach is joy. Everybody got it? What we receive, what we take in is just simply, I'm giving you what I call the real simple steps today. Usually enough. That's why the chart just really works so well. So in other words, is it time for you to enjoy support?
Yes.
And would you have to let go of the hate of not being supported?
Yes.
And you'd have to forgive someone, yes or no?
Yes.
And so, and how many people do you get to forgive?
A bunch.
I like that. That's a very technical term. It's part of metaphysics. No, part of quantum physics. No, so I forgive a bunch of people. I'm going to use it. I forgive a bunch of people. And look at her. Back to new choice. Everybody got it? Temple area. She's right on new choice. Angel, we are voting your victory. Yes or no, everybody? Are you voting? And actually, everyone, just mic yourself for a second. Let her hear you. Are you voting her victory?
Yes.
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 I'm voting
Yes.
for
Completely.
Victory.
I know.
Check.
Robin.
Go, Robin.
Thank you all.
Thank
You can mute yourself now just for sound. So Robin, you got a bunch of angels here voting your victory, yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. How you doing?
Good.
I love it. Good. I've done the same. I'm so good. And this is important. So notice emotion is turning into motion. Emotion means against motion. Love is the only motion. So now I recommend, Robin, you let yourself return to love, yes or no?
Yes.
Did y'all hear that breath? Clean, in and out. Clean. Did you take that breath or did your spirit breathe you?
I think my spirit breathed me.
How many get that? Literally, her spirit said yes. And for me, in the system, having seen it a lot, she went from the mortal coil counterclockwise. How many can feel a bit of a spin in your awareness? Raise your hand if you can feel a spin. So she's going from the mortal coil, which is death. I mean, not wrong, but just toward death. And it started to spin the other way. I read this stuff out because it's a wild ride. How many of you got a little like, raise your hand if that's a technical term. So that means you also went for a ride on the upscale. How many of you are choosing life, voting her victory? Raise your hand if you're choosing life. Yes. Oh, yeah. So how you doing, Robin?
Good.
Good. Good. Look at her. Go ahead. What? Put it in words.
I did it again. New choice.
I know. Just say, I make my new choice.
I make my new choice.
I see in a new way.
I see in a new way.
And I'm seen in a new way.
I'm seen in a new way.
So did that help? That's a bit of how this works, yes? So just imagine, like if you know outcome mapping, and get somebody to teach it to you or whatever, map out what your life is like now that you're fully supported and you enjoy being fully supported. And you've made all new choices. How many like the idea of making all new choices? And that you were like, I'll make some new choices. I'll have a few more new choices. I think I'll have a few more new choices. Yes? Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, dear. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Good job. All right. Let's a couple comments and then we'll do one more person. Just comments are great. Questions are great. Mic yourself. Just comment in because this is a ride. It's bigger than it seems.
So two things
Wave your hand so I can see you. Okay, I see you now. Go ahead, dear. Yep.
Just as that happened, I'm in Australia, all the sun came out.
Oh, how's that?
It was gray before and the sun came out.
Woo.
And when it shifted, I got this breath in here, like a, yeah.
Whose breath?
Well, they use like the breath of life or whatever.
How about my breath of life?
Yeah, in there.
In
And
here. Wait, permission. This is language. And say in there, in here, my breath of life, my. Just say, Elka, say it feels.
It feels.
Now say I feel.
I feel.
Make it a fact. I feel.
What?
Make it a fact. What you said is
Oh,
I feel. Yeah, say I feel.
I feel the breath of life.
My breath of life.
My breath of life. And hey, Robin, I'm an asthmatic. So for me to suddenly have that feeling in here was big.
All right, I'm going to Elka's going to teach us. Now from here on out, with permission, my dear, no judgment at all. From now on, never say I'm an asthmatic.
Right.
If you need to communicate, you might say something like, in the past, people have said what I have is asthma, but what it means is, and besides nutrition and diet and mucus forming foods and all that, it means if it's true, our greatest weakness shall be our greatest strength. You have been picking goals too small for your God self. It is time for you to thrive abundantly. Yes or no?
Yes.
How many saw her little you know, the head, I don't have hair to move, but anyway, do you get a sense that, and growing up, were you taught to thrive or get by?
To keep small.
Say it again.
Keep small.
And so now?
I oscillate.
How about I play big?
I play big.
Say it again.
I play big.
How about I thrive bigly?
I thrive bigly.
How about I give myself permission to thrive?
I give myself permission to thrive.
Now, what's happening in your chest, lungs, larynx?
There's a lot of like movement like this happening in my chest.
Good. And that's
Like
just,
that.
how about I love thriving.
I love thriving.
My spirit breathes.
I love thriving. I do love
Say it again.
thriving.
Yeah, say it again.
I love thriving.
Yes. And my spirit breathes me.
Oh, beautiful. My spirit breathes me. My
Mhm.
spirit breathes me.
Everyone, vote her victory, yes or no? I'm going to get just a little comment. I vote your victory, Elka. That's awesome. And please remember to carry it on. Are you an asthmatic, Elka? Are you an asthmatic?
I have congestion in my.
How about
my
I'm an
chest.
amazing being of light?
I'm an amazing God. I'm an amazing being of light.
And I love breathing.
I love breathing.
And then your mission in life is I love inspiring my world.
That's true. I love inspiring my world.
And inspiration and breath are the same thing. So instead of congestion, now you just begin to replace it. Instead of battle congestion, I inspire.
I inspire. Yeah, inspire.
Vote her victory, everyone. Permanent victory, yes? Just imagine so much grace has landed on her that everyone that she knows is inspired because she's being breathed by spirit with ease and grace. Cool? And that mucus is just coming out just to clear the way. I always say, you know, hawk a loogie for God. Thank you, dear. I vote your victory. All right, anybody else? Comments? How many going? Go ahead, Charles, is that you?
I've got a little comment.
Oh, wait, who is this? Who?
I was going to be up
Gabrielle,
next.
go ahead.
Okay, what I have noticed, Bob, when
Can
you
you
are
do me a favor? Wait. Can you bring your computer so I can see your face a little bit more? There's a name over it. Okay, great. Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you. What I wanted to say, Bob, what I noticed with the two ladies, whenever you are saying something which was important and resonating with their own truths, although they didn't know, they burst into laughter, instantaneous, as if that laughter was confirmation of the truth you are speaking, but they were not aware of it.
Well, and
It was amazing. Every time you said something that was true for them, they burst into laughter, and that changed.
it's relieving the stress. That's where there's a Hindu saying, it says Jai Sat Chit Anand, which means true, and this is way back in my study, you know, I've been at this for a while, right? It means truth is the consciousness of bliss. And I find now that's true. So the minute a truth touches someone and they can let it in, usually it's like, you've heard of Hatha Yoga before, Gabriella?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I call it Hatha Yoga.
Yes.
Cool. And well, great perception. Thank you so much. It's great.
Thank you. Thanks,
Yeah.
Bob.
Beautiful. Anyone else? Comments? I got a lot out of that. That was really cool.
Oh, I would like to add something, if that's okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, thank you so much, Bob, and everyone. I did time traveling with some people in the past because they were complaining of certain things, lower back or legs or whatever. So I said, let's have this game. How old are you? 40 something. Okay, I'm going to time travel you. and I'm going to count, and I'm going to stop, and you are going to feel it in your body, because your body knows. It's got all the memories of everything you've been in your life. And we went back to this person being 1 year old, and all of a sudden her body went limp, and I had to sustain her to come back standing. What happened when I know exactly what this lower back problem. My mom used to keep me, when I was like 1 year old, keep me standing on her feet, and we were walking.
Here, there's a
But
bit
my
of a challenge
leg,
with
my
your,
arms
hold on,
was, so
Gabriella.
she could carry me around the room. But I didn't like it, and
Gabriella,
I always thought,
Gabrielle, your internet connection is slow, so we're
Oh.
not getting all your words, but I believe I can just jump in for my system about this. So
yes,
all things exist simultaneously here now.
right.
And so frequently in our system, we go back when we felt this way before, we take them back, we relive it with love, and it frees them up. Or you can, and our coaches, everyone, the facilitators that are in training right now with me are learning that you can also go forward in the moment of now that I'm thriving, now that I'm supported, now that I'm confident, and then it pulls the old memory up. It doesn't matter which way we go, it's to fully connect and love whatever we feel, be fully present in the moment. The word present means present. Like
Right,
resentment
right.
means resent, back and forth, prick, 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 like that. But
Yep.
present is the only thing that can be present or pre-sent is our spirit, which is eternal, already sent. So the regression that you talked about, or time travel, there,
Yep.
you know, all things exist right here, right now. So for me in our system, what I prefer, I do this 99% of the time. I go, well, now that this is resolved and it's been 3 years, what's new and different? And the individual will go, oh, and also like if it's lung stuff or anything, literally they'll be walking, as long as they don't have to figure out how is it going to happen. Scripture, not religion, says, I have ways you know not of, and they're beyond finding out. So if I go, well, now that notice I'm folding space and time. Now that I'm supplied, now that I'm happy, now that I'm healthy, now that I have my beloved, now that my family is secure, now that our planet's getting along, what's new and different for me is, and scripture says it this way, not religion. It says, when you pray, ask, call, demand. Ask, believing ye receive and ye receive. Well, the word believe means be alive in. So all of you imagine fully already being happy, supported, healthy, easy, clear breathing, and then when we imagine our goal or our outcome, don't go figure out how you did it, keep going. And pretty soon our old is completely surrendered to our new. Our old man, scripture says, the old self is completely replaced with our new self. So again, if we can realize they all exist now, it's a great game to travel in space and time to the point, how about this, where everyone has already made their ascension.
So in other words, we are being tested on our faith. Yes?
Well, not if we've already been ascended. We already had faith. You can go get faith, or you can already have it.
I remember your story with the big equals.
Yes. I
will never, ever forget. That was a big turning point in my life.
You can imagine it was a huge turning point in my life. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I'm alive
I
today.
need to apply it. I need to apply it now to go where I need to get rid of stuff.
And Angel, I apologize. Your connection is going away.
Yes.
So, and your insights are awesome. Thank you very much. Really, really. One more share.
Thank you so much. Thank
You're welcome. One more share about what's going on. Charles? Oh yes, I remember your hand up before. I've seen that.
Imagination activation all for you. I did that. I'm having phenomenal success the past 3 weeks. I've already been invited to participate on 2 summits on Facebook, which I've never done before. It's phenomenal. What I did is how I imagined myself in the future and just brought in all kinds of good feelings, just like you said. And it just happens. I didn't expect it. It was with something that was right there in front of me. and it would have bit me all over if it's beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome. I love that. I'm going to be going, I'll have what he's having. Yes, that's very good.
Just imagine it and be with it.
And imagine from it. That's the real
from
trick
it.
right there. Imagine from it.
Wait, what does that mean? Imagine from it.
Well, now that I got my outcome, imagine from your outcome.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what it means. Pretty good. All right, we're going to demonstrate again. Thank you, Charles. And unmute yourself if you would. Yeah. What?
May
Go
I
ahead.
do a demonstration?
Yes, go ahead. What are you
Okay.
going to demonstrate?
My belly fat is just it's growing. It's frustrating.
Have you ever studied the COVID-19? It was designed to bring belly fat so the people that sell the I'm just kidding.
I actually
Hold
thought
on, but I'm going to stay right
Yeah,
with
yeah,
it.
okay.
All right, so belly fat, they say
Yeah.
is called a thyroid belt. Thyroid is will. So Charles, the entire time I was invited, you know, to your miracles. Watch over here because I'm going to show you stuff. Don't write. It's recorded.
Okay, thank you.
Stay present, yes, sir. Vote his
Yes.
victory, everyone. How many
you.
noticed, especially coaches and facilitators, how many noticed he was saying a little bit of no as he was saying? His head was going a little no, not wrong. So what that means usually is you haven't agreed with your victory, you're just noticing it. Is that true? Even now, no voice, which is also will. So I recommend now you say, I reclaim my will.
I reclaim my will.
And that's usually what that little bit of belly fat means.
I
Yes?
reclaim my will.
And to
Wow,
have
that's
you-
having a fuzzy feeling right here.
right where? Chest? Oh,
Yeah,
somewhere
upper
up?
part of the chest. Like,
Yeah.
like what? There's something you thump something here, thymus or
Well, thyroid's above it, thymus a little bit below that, heart. It's all connected.
okay.
So
Okay.
what happens now that you have your full will?
I love.
Here's what you said, I love.
Wow. Okay.
So I recommend everyone just get a mirror, and while you're talking on the phone or whatever, just noticing. So we have designed this thing that you attach it to your shirt, and it comes and it weaves into your chin. If you have a beard, women, you have to grow a beard to make it work. And then if you ever go, oh, it hurts, but if you're like, that's okay, but oh, just kidding. So when are you going to say yes to yourself, Charles?
Now, I say yes to myself now.
Say it again.
I say yes to myself now.
So also belly fat, thyroid is will. Now say I reclaim my will.
I reclaim my will now.
But now don't push, let. Were you just pushing?
I was pushing.
Yeah, that's called belly good.
I reclaim my will now.
What kind of will?
Mine.
Beth, just so you know, Beth, you're right below his picture on mine, and I'm doing my best to keep a straight face, and Beth is probably snorting. Yes or no, Beth? Were you snorting on that? So, yeah, so say it again. Beth, all right, there you go. All right, now I can do it. I'm blocking her, so I'm just kidding. It's all right. See, I reclaim my will.
I reclaim my will.
So all of you, how many of you to vote Charles' victory, how many of you are reclaiming your will? And it's fun to watch some people go, how many know that's not necessarily your full-blown will? That's more like a little, sure, whatever. I'm talking about glorious, divine, fully expressed, yeah, yes, will.
I claim my desire
No
is
again.
glorious.
Your head just did a little no.
Wow.
I know. And turn wow upside down, and what do you got?
Mom.
How many love the code? And did mom use her will? How many, and with permission, watch this. That's holding back breath, holding back. The minute I asked my mom, so how did she hold back your will?
Yes.
Notice no voice to begin with, yes? So now say, I reclaim my voice,
I reclaim my voice.
and I reclaim my full will,
I reclaim my full will,
And I regenerate my lineage's will.
And I regenerate my lineage's will.
Cool. Awesome, yes?
Yes,
Now say, I feel belly good.
I feel belly good.
Yes, instead of belly fat.
I feel belly good.
Cool, thank you. All
Thank
right,
you.
you're welcome. You're welcome, thank you. Another example, vote for the comments, kids. How many go, oh, it's so simple. Once you get it, it's just, oh, it's always been going on. People go, you know, I got to learn this body language. We are all using body language. It's inherent, it's what's going on. So what, you know, we don't really learn it. We remember or become conscious of what we're actually feeling and saying. Much easier. That's how nobody taught me this. I learned every piece of it. I got it. Elka, go ahead.
So Bob, the whole of the back of my throat just opened up more during that.
Everyone now say thank you and vote her victory, permanent victory from here on. And what does that mean to you, Elka?
A lot of space.
Yes, and you're being cleared by your vocal statement, yes or no? Just say I inspire my world.
I inspire my world.
Say it again.
I inspire my world.
And now your me self, it goes me. Go ahead.
It's like getting huge, just up in my,
Palate.
inside my mouth, just
Yeah,
feels
your
like
palate.
it's
Yep.
getting huger and huger.
Cool. That's the bell of creation right there. Goes right and feeds the sinuses. When we do cranial work, where there's a particular point we hold, I measure the skull from tip with a felt pen here, closed jaw, and to the fontanelle. And before and after the cranial electronic session, the average increase in the first 100 that I did or measured, the average increase was 1 inch increase. And that's mental sealing. That's
Yeah.
our skull going, hello.
It's like it increased, like I can't even describe.
Cancel with permission. Here's the point.
Like a
It's,
ball.
wait. Shh. It's like a no, no, don't say that. Got it? I feel, I experience more space. I feel clearer. I feel, not it. Your it is being renegotiated into your I self. Yes or no?
Yes.
And now say, I am that I am expressing.
I am that I am expressing.
Say
I
it
am
again.
that I am expressing.
And this is why it's really nice to have a coach, kids, just so you know. It's so nice to have somebody help you work all the way through it. I'm just doing a little, let's prime the pump. How many know when you have one of those pumps out there and it doesn't work, you pour water down there. The water wets the leathers so it can actually go and suck up water. Well, that's what I'm doing is I'm wetting your leathers so that you can just get on and the system is clean. It's here. You can get support with it. How do you feel now that you've inspired everyone you've met?
Great.
No, how do you really feel?
Of use, purposeful.
There we go. That's called coming back into life again. I'm going to get that. I'm going to get that's coming back all the way into life again.
That's
How
all
happy-
just, I felt all this up in my eyes and like
Now say, I love what I see
I love what I see
and I love being seen.
and I love being seen.
Remember, this is on a Zoom call. Hello. How many get that? And she's being made new.
Yeah, like wind, I feel wind blown eyes.
Hold on. How many realize she's like in the middle of a metamorphosis? I'm not laughing. This is normal for me. Most everyone is like, but this is like, yeah, that stuff works. And it's really nice to have people who can help somebody kind of through, because most people are going, my throat is just now 85 miles wide. What do I do now? Well, sing. Come on now. Get your, what's happening is her pipes are opening up. How many are excited about that? Yes?
Yes.
Thank you, Elka, for jumping in. Elka, you say you're welcome.
You're welcome.
And that means you are welcome. Instead of thank you, thank you, thank you, no, thank you, no, thank you. All right, who's next? Example time. Wave when you do it. Sandy, you're mic'd. Where's Sandy? Where's Sandy? Sandy. There you go. Are you next, my dear? Because you're mic'd.
Oh, hi. I did not realize
That's
that.
Dr. Strangelove. How many know your hand goes right over going, I'll be selecting myself now? So do you have a signal, yes or no, dear?
I do have a slight signal in my right shoulder that has been giving me problems since January, but I have been doing a lot of work.
Hold on. So let's okay. So is
Okay.
it the front part, top, or back?
It's the top part up here, and it actually hurts like right here. When I lift that arm
Okay,
up,
gotcha.
it
So
hurts right
arms are
here.
doing, shoulders are burdens and blessings. So have you been carrying a burden for a male figure?
Yes,
How many can hear that? Yes. How many heard the tone? It went from that high and low to yes, or not. I don't, no judgment. I'm just saying you can tell there's a little bit of hurt
Yes.
in there. Yes.
yes,
And so is it time for you to restore blessings?
yes,
Have you forgiven the hurt
yes,
fully?
yes.
I mean,
As
before
full as
the,
I can.
no, honey. Oh yeah, that might be 1/2 of 1/2 of 1/2 of 1%.
Yes, I've forgiven.
Oh, up until this point, had you forgiven this pain?
Yes.
Honey, here's what you're doing. Yes. And your voice is breaking. Yes. Like, ask me, Bob, is the check in the mail?
Yes.
No, ask me. She's still in the.
Bob is the check in the mail.
And if I go, yes, what do you feel? Do you feel?
Oh,
real
I feel like it's not in the mail.
That's correct. You might even go, do you actually have a checking account? Well, no, or whatever. You get it? So your yes is what you want to be true. It's not what's true. Is that true?
Yes.
So when we say what we want to be true, we are a false prophet. Let
Yes.
your yea be yea, let your nay be nay. Whoop, whoop, nay, nay. How many get that?
I didn't quite get that, but
You don't have, you probably don't have the young kids like I have who walk around going, whoop, whoop, nay, nay, that. So I will always interject to find who I'm with. So I forgive, said I forgive
I forgive
the burden I've carried.
the burden I'm carrying.
Oh, I said the burden I've carried. You said the burden I'm carrying. I
Yes.
said, I'm going to say it again. I'm just show you the thought form needed to usurp the words I said so you would keep carrying the burden to have long suffering succotash and be a good person to
I
carry.
choose to forgive.
How many like that? Well, yeah, I choose to forgive. Say, I forgive for no reason.
I forgive for no reason.
Yeah, because love is, just try this out. Say, love is forgiving
Love is forgiving
and giving
and giving
and giving
and giving
and giving
and giving
and giving.
and giving.
Now, what the shoulder is about, I restore my blessings.
I restore my blessings.
I ignite blessings in, is this a lineage, a partner, friend? What is it?
Partner.
All right. So I restore, because partnership, I restore our blessings.
I restore our blessings.
Because if we resist a burden, we carry it. But when we love, touch, breathe, stay, and feel the burden, love itself blossoms into a blessing. So just, I restore, and it's interesting, the word shoulder, S-H-O-U-L-D-E-R, is actually should-er.
Yes.
Yes, so these are all like the shoulds. So how about I
I just
empower-
said that this morning
I
about
know,
the shooting on me.
There's only one of us here. It's so cool. Yes,
Yes,
I love it. So now do you realize that from here on out, don't should on me and I won't should on you.
I will not should on me.
And then how about I focus on our blessings? I forgive and I restore our blessings.
I focus on my blessings, on our blessings.
Yes.
I focus on our blessings.
And
I
forgive everything else.
I forgive.
But with permission, here's what you said. I forgive. Hell no, I won't go.
I forgive.
I choose to forgive.
I choose to forgive.
I give myself permission to forgive.
I give myself permission to forgive.
And I forgive my own judgment.
And I forgive my own judgment.
Cool. Did that help?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Voter victory, everyone. Yes. Cool. All right. Who's got another one? Mic yourself. Is that a Judy?
Yes. Good
Are
evening.
you? And wait, I see you. Go ahead.
Yeah. My right foot has a little.
Pause. Now she's already telling me a bunch about it. Everybody got that? Her body is going, you know, for those who have eyes, let them see. I mean, she's like giving like 55 signals in a heartbeat. It's really exciting. So go ahead, my right foot. You're
Yes.
going to write a new book, right? Instead of my left foot, this is going to be my right foot. Go ahead. So my right foot, what?
Yeah. I have a bump at the knuckle and my
At the big toe, the big toe.
Yeah. Yeah, the
it's
knuckle
called
and then
the bump there is called the thyroid. And and the thyroid, when it has the bump, means calcium or solution, which means suppressed will and anger, and right foot not being understood by a male figure.
And the toe is off about 45%.
Yeah, because
my
you
toe.
stopped directing your will straight forward and you bent your will to serve someone else with bitterness. Yes or no?
Yes, with bitterness.
Well, with love.
No.
How many like that? Not so much. No judgment. I'm going to get it. You prick. All right. So is it time to forgive yourself?
Yes.
For what?
I gave up my own will.
Hold on, wait. I'll hear that. That's code. That's grief, joy. So there's 7. Enthusiasm, pain, anger, fear, grief, apathy, and consciousness. There's 7 octaves of those. When I found out when somebody goes, I, or it would be anger or fear, or 5 would be anger, 2 would be apathy. So when she said 3, I know that there's some sadness in there. Yes or no? What you scratching? What are you working on over there? What you got going on?
Right here.
Oh, yeah. So you got kidneys. Kidney. So kidneys and knees are the same thing. Kidneys, and knees. Forgiveness. So I forgive.
I forgive.
Who?
Myself.
For what?
Allowing my will to be trampled upon.
Oh. And now I
Which is
reclaim
deep.
my will. And once you get, Judy's been studying this for a long time now. And how many, like it takes an hour and a half to get, it's time to stop, for, whatever. It's like, so let your body, but you grabbed your chin, yes or no?
Yeah.
And that's feeling. Which hand did you use to grab it with?
My left.
Okay. So I forgive who? Anger is always at someone.
Well, my foot was my left, my right, and my thumb was my left.
So hold on. Which foot is the one we're in the dialogue we're having?
My right foot.
So I forgive a male figure. Doesn't have to be man, but male figure. Who I know she's meaning on, yeah. So who?
My father.
Okay, I forgive my father for what?
He trampled all over my will.
And so you picked him and made him trample all over your will for what reason?
So I could learn to play small and then play big.
And then you married your husband. What's his name?
Will. And I've only dated 2 men who weren't named Will.
And all 481 of the
All
other
of
ones? Just kidding. But how many get it that she married Will? Look, I might not have a lot right now, so yo, Will, you're mine, baby. And now I reclaim my own will. Yes? So do you get a sense of toe? When we walk straight, when our will is straight, when our understanding is straight, the toe is straight. But when calcium pulls out a solution, it tends to bend back. That's why I love body electronics. We can dissolve that calcium, memory comes back. And that's like folding time. Like Gabriella talked about, doing the trip with time. that when we go back and relive the memory, then all of a sudden things straighten out. What you got there? What was that?
I'm scratching my ring
Ring finger?
finger.
That's letting that you're receiving help. Yes or no?
Big time.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the ring finger is help and beauty, H-E-L-P and beauty. Left hand is receiving it, right hand is giving it. So, and you're at the end of it? Or which flange?
Yeah, at the cuticle
Okay, so
inside
that's
close.
thyroid as well. That, that thyroid, teeth are parathyroid. Fingernails are parathyroid. Cuticle is the skin, which is feeling around authority. So your cuticle is going, oh my gosh, if I have too much authority, what will happen? Yes or no? And so you might as well design it. How about my world loves my authorship?
My world loves my authorship.
Cool. Because authority is authoring, and author is the awe of Thor, and Thor is hammer time. And so you had a hammer toe. I just put all that together. It may not be the real deal right there. So I should have. Cool. So vote victory that Judy is walking in Will besides being married to Will. Yes?
Yes.
Thank you, dear. Cool. All
You're
right.
welcome. Thank you.
You're awesome, awesome. We are welcome. Comments, everyone. First of all, are you starting to see that this is really, there's a lot here. Comments, mic yourself. It helps me. Go ahead, mic yourself. Go ahead. Go ahead. You can do it.
What did you say that the left hand ring finger was related to?
Well, I'll do them all. Thumb is will.
Oh, thumb as well. Okay.
Index finger is directing. Driving. No. God-given strengths. God-given strengths. So if somebody goes like that driving, you go, thank you. Don't flip it back because they don't know. The ring finger is H-E-L-P and beauty. Help and beauty. It's called the Apollo. Like when somebody makes a mistake and they say, I'm so sorry. I'm a sorry sucker. It'd be better to say, I apologize. Apologize. God of beauty. I bring beauty to the situation. And then ring or little finger is sex, desires, and money. So the left hand is receiving all that. Right hand is giving it. Cool? Everyone take your two little fingers and put them together. Was it good for you? That's a joke, yeah. That's sex, desires, and money. Was it good for you? All right. Does that help, Sandy?
Yeah, I forgot what you said about the God finger. The
I probably didn't. God-given strengths.
The God-given strengths. That's it.
Yes. Yep.
Thank you.
When people flip the bird, they're actually giving you their God finger. It's pretty funny. You're flipping me the eagle, whatever. Where's Miss? Anyway, does that help, dear?
Thank you. Yes.
You're welcome. Yep. And Beth, where are you? Because you. All right, go ahead, dear.
What I notice tonight is the more somebody is used to body language and being open and secure, our signals increase, giving you even more information. At first, people, maybe, I don't know if reserved is the right word, but as trust grew and as the willingness to find our solutions and our returning strengths, then we turn on like a light bulb and look here, look here, look here. Judy was the classic example, I believe, that gave all the information we required.
Like the Macarena, you gotta, yeah. The upgrade arena. Cool. I love that. No snort, Beth? Come on now, give us one.
Earlier there was this.
All right, just checking.
That was a little bit funny with Charles.
Every class has to have a snorter, and when Beth is here, we all pretty much model her snorting, and pretty soon everybody's snorting. Have we all snorted in your presence? Look at her. She goes right back to burdens and blessings. I carry the burden of igniting the snorting. And snorting is when we're breathing in more enthusiastic than our body was prepared for. How many we start laughing and we start making not snoring, even though that might also be the same thing, but that means our temple is breathing in more enthusiastically and inspiring ourselves than we were prepared for, and make a little snort, and then we laugh some more. Cool.
Yes.
It's important. That'll be in the front page of my new book coming out. Okay. Not. Maybe. I like it. Who else? Comments? Sandy, go ahead, Sandy. We can only see a shadow of you because.
Sorry, my husband's in the house watching TV, and it's
Well, good.
really
Well,
loud.
maybe if you can just turn a little
Turn
bit
this
so-
way.
Yeah, just so or just get closer. All you gotta do is get closer to the screen, and we could see everything.
Whoa, is that better? The sun's going down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Not
Perfect, honey.
here.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. That's excellent.
Maybe. My jaw. I walk around telling myself to unclench my jaw.
Okay, so let's talk about that. So when did that start?
When my husband's job stopped in January, and it's just progressively getting worse because like it's
Yeah.
June.
All right. So hold on. So vote victory, please, everyone. Yes. Compassion and victory. So even though I'm going to play with you, understand that and this is first, everyone touch your lower jaw. You too, Sandy, touch your lower jaw. That's your feeling, the whole lower jaw.
Well, and I will say,
hold on.
2 weeks
Let me
ago-
finish.
Okay.
And everybody vote her victory. I'm going to have her not do anything other than receive love right now. Yes? Your upper jaw, touch it, honey. Touch it. Upper jaw is thought. What controls the jaw is the masseter muscle at the TMJ. The masseter muscle is the strongest muscle in the body by far. Whenever there's conflict between tension between what we feel and what we think, that's jaw stuff. Got it? So what I recommend you do, because I believe this is going to be required, is just say, we got our miracle.
Okay. We got our miracle.
Say it again.
Oh, we got our miracle.
Mean it. Say it again.
We got our miracle.
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 Let it be like a fact. Say it again.
We got our miracle.
Nice. But let it land all the way. We got our miracle. Let it come into your body.
We got our.
And she went right back to thriving, which means you're leaving fight or flight. She went back there. Say it again. We got our miracle.
We got our miracle.
Say it again.
We got our miracle.
Beyond what we ever hoped for.
Beyond what we ever hoped for.
Say it again. We got our miracle.
We got our miracle.
And there's a statement scripturally, I'm not the religious thing, but it says, all things work together for good for those who love God. And I believe with all my heart that's given to us. And then just say, I love God. Whatever that is for you, whatever names you use for God, all things, think about this. The moment we love our source, our creator blasts us with love. And scripture also says, again, as a law book, as quantum physics book, it says our greatest weakness should be our greatest strength. So greatness is coming to you. Say, we ignite miracles everywhere we go, because that's what you're here. You're going to give yourself a miracle right now. And this is, notice that's the right choice. Say, I choose our miracle.
I choose our miracle.
And how I ignite miracles.
I ignite miracles.
I empower our world with miracles.
I empower our world with miracles.
I'm a miracle machine.
I'm a miracle machine.
Say it again.
I'm a miracle machine.
Now what's happening with your jaw?
It feels really good.
Now
It's
say,
nice.
now I know. Now say, my jaw feels really good.
Oh, my jaw. I know that. I know that.
But that's why it's nice to have a coach, so you can find knowing it. Got it? How many know knowing is like 1/10 of 1/10 of 1/10 of 1/10 of 1% of the value of feeling. So knowing it and trying to do it right. No, but now you're coming into feeling.
Because
Yes.
I'm not right, wrong, good, bad person. Had been in the past.
And now I got my miracle.
I got my miracle.
I got love.
I got love.
Yeah,
Grace and
love.
mercy.
Yes, then that's really what it's about, dear. And just say yes to mercy.
Yes. Mercy.
Just say it. And receive it for both you and your husband, your family.
Yes.
Now say, we got our miracle.
We got our miracle.
Say it again.
We got our miracle.
And I'm asking everyone to vote victory. And what that means is not only the person you perceive to be outside of you, Sandy, I'm asking you to give yourself how you feel now that Sandy and you got your miracle. That's what really ensures our victory is there's only one of us here. So everyone let your own miracles in, and that ensures Sandy's victory because there's only one of us here. How you doing, girl?
I'm great.
Yes, ma'am. And thank you for asking that.
Thank you. I mean, we've had 5 funerals this month. It's been really tough. I mean, I guess
So
I should
now
say
we
like
got a miracle.
Hmm?
We got our miracle.
we got our miracle.
And you had 5 ascensions.
5 ascensions.
How many get the difference between death and ascension? Call for the ascension, yes? Yeah, we got our miracle.
We got our miracle.
Yeah. Now say, I love our miracles.
I love our miracles.
We have cascading miracles.
We have cascading miracles.
And don't try to figure out how, just be grateful. Yes?
Yes, because in the past I'm that how.
No, wait, stop. I'm just letting you know. Because in the past, that means that your illusion just went past. So
Okay.
just go, oops,
Oops.
I love our miracles.
I love our miracles.
And have that be your fact of now. Have your only history be you appreciate, which means add value to, you appreciate miracles at all times, all day long. There is no past. How many get, wow, how obedient to miracles do I have to be? Completely. I would like it. I am a miracle manifesting machine. I mean, come on. I mean, like, I'll have what he's having. I'll have that. I am that. Thank you, Sandy.
Thank you.
And in the past, what? This is a
I'm
test.
a miracle manifesting machine.
All right, good job. Yay. Thank you, dear. Thank you. All right, we'll do one more. That was awesome. How many of you had jaws go, oh, so much better?
Bob, can I just comment?
Yes.
Yes, so my eyes are fluttering a lot. like off the page, fluttering a lot during that, especially about the miracles.
Well, and you know what you're doing. Yes, you're coming into the light of your life. Yes or no? Just say yes.
Yes.
Yes, I accept light.
I accept light.
Yeah, and you're probably receiving butterfly kisses from angels or something like that. Now just say, how about miracles are normal for me?
Miracles are normal for me.
Say it again. Sandy, go ahead. Say the same thing.
Miracles are
normal for me.
Yes.
Miracles are normal for me.
Yep.
Miracles.
My God, and like my God goes before me and produces miracles for all of us before I arrive. Look what we can do with words, kids. Decree a thing and it shall be established unto you. By your words you shall be justified. By your words you shall be condemned. A man or woman who offendeth not in word, the same is a perfect person and able to bridle the whole body. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. In the beginning was the Word was with God, the Word was God, and the Word becomes flesh. So if it's in our fleshly kingdom, it has the trinity of language, which are thought, words, and feelings. So we've shifted a few words, translated some body language, and immediately the signal or the stashed or non-moving signal begins to move because we've shifted cause. By being cause, be cause, being first cause. And just be grateful to your creator. Everybody has to go direct. Everybody has to go direct. How many glad you don't have to go through anybody else to do this?
Yes.
Your body's talking to you, yes or no? That's so cool. Your spirit's in you going, well, start listening. If you like to listen to your heart, put your hand on your heart and have a conversation. And the way your heart will speak to you is it'll say relax. And the way you agree with your heart, you just go, I relax. Your heart will say something like trust. The way you agree is you say, I trust. Your heart will say inspire. The way you agree is I inspire. Then take it to a higher level. I love inspiring. Then you're starting to use your divine will to produce perfection on our planet. Awesome.
Bob, I'd like to make a comment. When you were saying
wave at me so I can find out where you are. Okay, go ahead, dear.
When you were saying that those 5 scriptures, I had where's my camera? I had like an electric surge from the left from the right side of my chest to the left, it was intense. I could feel the words that you were speaking.
Me as well. I mean, how clean is that, y'all? All y'all? You know, it's not somebody's opinion. You know, by your words you shall be justified, and by your words you shall be condemned. That means whatever we say, we get. That's how much we're loved. That's what free will is all about. How many choose to speak what you choose?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you.
How many have been, you're welcome, and thanks for sharing that. How many have been voting victory while we've been together tonight? So as we vote victory, you know, that the gift through us, not from us, through us, not to them, through them to universal supply, means the victory voter receives instantly a tenfold return. That's why the charge begins to happen, because we're blessing, we're serving, and all of a sudden we start getting our miracles just by sitting here and voting victory. Yes, Gabriella. You wait, mic yourself.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yes, everyone. It was an amazing moment when you, Bob, said this is 5 ascensions. There was a heavy energy before that when we were talking about 5 deaths, but then you changed it into 5 ascensions. I felt the energy from like my thighs just shooting through my torso and up as if I was light, a column of light.
As if you were?
A column of light.
As if you were a light?
As if I was.
Not as if, honey. There's no as if here.
I was a column of light.
I am.
I am a column of light.
Say that again. It's called your mighty I am presence. It's a tube of light.
It is a tube of light.
How many get there's a tube of light that goes that all of our physical bodies are being imagined right here. There's nothing solid in our body at all.
Yes.
Everything's vibration. When we say I can, our entire body starts to change.
Yes.
Yes, everyone say I lovingly will. How many know that starts to change our entire endocrine system? And when we say I love loving, whoa, we start to enter our service. Heaven on earth, right here. I love loving. And how cool the body language is going, this is your area. But if you're going, well, I got to get rid of that pain. Well, do you? How about walk through the pain into your victory of life? And the sound, this is a joke, I'm telling you ahead of time. The sound, when you make a shift, goes like this. Those that know what I'm going to do, mic yourselves. Come on, those that know what I'm going to do. Come on, all in-house coaches, you know what this is about. Come on. Anybody who's been with me. What's it sound like?
Why, yeah.
Why, yeah, like that. Why, yeah. It's like, you know, a judo move or karate or something. And so there's angels up there going, why, yeah, why, yeah. And they won't stop now. This is going to be, they're going to go on forever. They've got full permission to be enthusiastic. Cool. All right. So, and Gabriella, thank you. What'd you learn tonight, kids?
So
fun and easy.
Yeah. I mean, like fun and easy. Yes. Scripture says, you'll know my grace, it's because it's without effort. So the faster we can get into fun and ease, the better. Or what else did you get tonight? What'd you remember tonight?
Bob, I have a question. May I ask you a question about the body language?
Well, you just did. Would you like to ask a second question?
I would like to ask more than one question. One of the things that I notice when people are trying to, whenever they're getting the affirmations inside of them, they start out slow, but I notice that frequently people will, they're looking up, like they're trying to get it into them. And I'll clean up the language afterwards, but I recognize it in myself, and I see other people doing it.
You recognize what? Because I'm going to be very careful about it. I recognize what?
I recognize when I'm getting a concept that I tend to look up.
Hold on, that's real easy. It's part of NLP. I don't like NLP in the context because of neuro-linguistic programming. And yet I love visual, auditory, kinesthetic. I know when we look up, we're in visual cortex. Up and left is, you know, we're having a memory of what we've seen. Up and right, we're creating a memory, visual memory.
Okay.
Got it? So when we're looking up, we're not feeling. So when I work with people, I wait and make sure they come in and feel. The minute they feel, we got movement. Seeing it isn't being it or feeling it. So when people are looking up, so for me, I suggest, especially since you're in the facilitator thing, that you, instead of noticing that people are trying, you stand with them in their victory, no matter what their outer human is doing. And that will mean that you will be over any trying.
I agree.
I mean, like, that's fast, yes? So I'm going to get, oh, I am already your victory of light. So people go, and you were going, I am already our victory in the light. And they're going, and I am already, and just silently, you don't have to say a word. Pretty soon they'll be going, I feel so much better. Excuse me, I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be back. You get, that's what's happening is pretty soon God is winning on the planet right now. And all the crap that's going on is just crap that's coming up. It's like a zit. You know, it's on the surface. Yeah, I'm going to get that. I'm going to get it. It's like, yep, it's all up. And it's over. The illusion is over. So
Thank you.
Yeah, and you don't engage the illusion. Just stay fully present. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Yes, and gather your people. Begin to share this stuff with them. Yes or no? How many of you are more stable, conscious, secure now than you were when you first started this tonight? So that's what's available. So tomorrow is it's orientation for the second time ever given, all for you online. And so you can still register for it. I invite, how many of you have done or are doing all for you? How many are repeating it? A lot of the same people, yes? It's hot. It's really helpful. Conscious language, imagination, outcome mapping. I love body language is a way in it. And then I love I touch, I breathe, I stay, I feel. There's a whole bunch of training and then we share. A whole bunch of training that you study and then we share. And it's very deep. And those that are repeating it again, that's because it's such a benefit to go through it again and again and again, where we transcend right and wrong with love. That's the only thing it does. All right. And then remember, any of you that go, ooh, I'd like some of that body language coaching. We got our in-house coaches. They got a special right now. It'll be sent to you right after this. When this is being recorded, you'll get a copy of it. Signed copy. Just kidding. And can you, hold on. Everyone sign your name on your, it's a signed copy. There we go. Because we signed. All right. And if you choose to work with one of our in-house coaches, do it. It's very helpful to get a coach. Yes? Christy, yes or no? It's very, you said it the other day, that's why I'm having you do it. Is it helpful to just show up and not try to coach yourself?
Absolutely. In fact, I had something up and I went to one of my sisters yesterday and said, hey, can you kind of walk me through this? Because I know the signals and I do it with the mirror, and I didn't have the question to ask in the way that the coach could ask me. And yeah, just miracles from that. So today is a new day from yesterday.
Yeah. And everybody, please understand, like, I love, if I've got something up, that I can just have it up instead of going, well, this concept, this turned into that. I like to just show up going, or whatever, you know, and they might say, well, say it again. We'll say it again. And then I begin to, and I don't have to read all that out. They're telling me, oh, thank you. So I can just be fully present in my metamorphosis instead of going, well, what's the concept of the, get a coach. It's very helpful. And
hey, Bob, this is Sandy. Just a couple of things. First of all, you and I have trained together before with Marcella and several of hers. I paid to go to a sacred body language class in Fairview Heights that got canceled, and I've never been reimbursed because I really didn't.
Hold on, this is not the place for that. It's
okay.
I already responded. We support at Mastery Systems. It's on your Facebook.
Okay.
Everyone, do not contact me through Facebook for Business because I don't do it that way. So Supportive Mastery Systems, you'll send it, and it's probably through Highest Potential is what we got to go through. Got it? But there's,
It wasn't our highest potential though, I don't believe.
okay, well, no matter what, go through my office. And then
Okay,
give me a
well, I
resource.
didn't, we haven't gotten back together on this, so I'm
All right.
not sure where we're at on it. Thanks, I'll get back with her.
Yeah, so get that handle, but do it and through my office. How's that?
Will do.
Yes, and how do you feel now that everything was resolved?
I feel good.
How do you really feel?
I feel like I'm anticipating
With permission,
a class.
I feel like we now know those are the three. I'm just gonna show you. I feel like is like a feeling.
I feel like,
Wait, no, I feel like is not a feeling. So
Oh, I
what
feel like.
listen. Got it? I feel like are the three words of codependence.
okay,
So now we know that a codependent pattern may be up for co-empowerment. Not wrong. So is it time for you to be co-empowered?
yes,
How many are going, I'll have that as well.
yes,
Yes?
yes.
So, and mine wasn't even, I feel like, mine was, it feels like. I didn't have an I when I first started this. We didn't know all this stuff back then, but I'd say, it feels like, and Helena, when she was here, would say, what feels like? I mean, you know, she just knew the it was not a clean communication. So we've come a long way. And Mariana, hi Mariana, is one that has lots of intimate time with Helena, yes? So, cool. So how many like I feel? Everyone say I feel.
I feel.
I feel, then name what you feel. I feel good, yeah. I feel honored, respected, appreciated. How many get that? That's what it's here for. All right, all of you, I vote your victory. We were here for an hour and a half tonight. If you liked it, let us know. Come play. Tomorrow, really big step. Jump in. Yeah, I love that. Yes, I'm going to mic you all just so you can hear each other. Go ahead. Say hey. Oh, and mic yourself if you can.
Hey.
Thank you, Bob.
Hey.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Bob, and thank you all.
Thank
You're
you,
queer.
Victory for Buffy.
Billy.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Good to
Bob.
see you. Thank you.
Thanks for opening up the game, keeping
And
it
we're doing
going.
this again next
Yes.
Wednesday.
I'll be on with you.
I will be here.
Love you all.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Love you. Bye.
Good night.
Welcome.